Are you a Forex trader and are you interested in how the professionals are trading and planning? So,
yeah, welcome everyone to, well, what can we call this meeting? Live analysis with Ewinningstrategy. Today, I have been quite surprised the market today. The dollar weakness happened. I was totally out of it. I was totally personally just left the dollar bearish and say goodbye. And when I saw what happened over the weekend in Turkey was that Erdogan removed the central banking governor because he increased the interest rates by 2% from, I think it was 17 to 19%. Woohoo! And that should lead to dollar bullishness. So for me, it's pretty interesting that we have dollar bearishness today. But as you saw on the open, the yen pairs strengthened quite rapidly, dollar strengthened quite rapidly, and then it faded away. So at least we got the move that I was anticipating because of that, but really did not hold throughout the day. So that is pretty new. So let's go through some, I don't know, charts maybe. So we're still in this box that I was talking about yesterday. So I am contemplating between my FOMOs of should I sell it, should we sell it, should we sell it, or should we just leave it alone? I think I said yesterday that I want this to, get out of the box, and that is 100 pips down. So I'm contemplating if I should, shouldn't, shouldst. And I think that what we just have to do and come back to what market conditions do we want to trade in? Which market conditions are favorable to us? Ranges has not been favorable to us in the past, and I don't think that's going to change for the future. I do speak of, probably 7 years. So what do we do then? You don't like the price action. I think Aussie dollar is the most of them that is the most bullish. So really, you are in the best, well, that is the best pair to, best one to buy. So I really, this is the one that I do like the price action on, because reversal, higher high, higher low, bouncing off this level here. We haven't broken this level. So I don't like all the touches, but it is still what it is. It's still holding currently. You have a better entry in Aussie dollar. I'm getting out soon. I want to buy lower. Okay. That is okay. So, okay. Yeah, I do comment about that being on Aussie dollar, and I'm saying that Aussie dollar has a good price action because it hasn't broken 77.20. So what's the trade plan for tomorrow? I think if you are a buyer, you can think of buying it down at 77.30 and then take it higher, take it higher, take it higher, take it higher. If you don't get an entry down here, okay, leave it. There's no need. There's no need to chase it. And then if we break below 77.20 again, 77.10-ish area, down here again, okay, do not care. But what do I mean by break? I mean candle. Candle close below the specific price of 77.70. If we then kind of look at the same thing, it's kind of the same thing, but a difference from Aussie to yen to dollar is that I would consider this one to be a lower low, and I consider this to be bearish price action, and I consider this to be a pullback to sell again. Now, yen in itself is not entirely week, and we have seen in the COT report the strongest shift in yen positions in 3 years by weekly to weekly. Yeah, I would say, Crystal, that we probably would want to, if you are in profit, keep your profit and let it run. And because you are already in quite good positions, like if we come down to the prices you mentioned earlier, for example, on Euro USD, if it comes down to that price on Euro USD, it is totally failed as a bullish trend and as a bullish move higher. So what you then have is pretty good. I'm talking about entries down this area here around 1880. So if we go down there, like euro dollar is then crushed. So yeah, I would just keep it break even. Well, this is profit for you and you don't want to lose minimally, but your plan now is to get it up to 120. Like, since you now already took the risk, you should then be in it. So yeah, I think that is, yeah, I think that's a better trade plan, just as, because what I read from your message is that you are afraid, which is okay to be afraid, but I would then say, could you then be better and saying, since I am now in profit, since now the market does agree with me so far at least, shouldn't you go for the full moon or for the full price? The reward is there. It only comes down to your patience. So I think that you then have a good opportunity. Personally, I'm not in that trade, so I would really love for you. I would really love to have done that myself, though I came to the conclusion of, no, I don't like that price action, and I definitely don't like the gap downwards on a euro dollar. So that was my analysis yesterday. And what you came to and I came to doesn't really matter. I think what really comes down to, did you go through your process so it leads to the results that you came to a conclusion and you did analysis? That is way more important. Is there anyone thinking about having a position in GU? Because I'm just thinking of, yes, it holds as support at the level you would want support to be, but if it like, I'm always seeing the risk here, and maybe I'm having a bad day and always see the trouble right now. But I would love it to, you know, come back up again. But this is great. That's what I mean. First of all, this is great. It holds the level 1 to hold 138. Do I then want to higher high, higher low situation more? Maybe. Yeah. Since I didn't trade that I kind of want that. And I think it's unreasonable to ask for that, but I think that it's probably best entry is at 138. 138.23. Okay. Wow, that's pretty spot on, eh? And worst case is, there it is. Worst third case is 139.58. Yeah, okay. Okay. Then let's go through that one. So this is actually pretty good. I like this one. This is what I like. So there are pretty few people here today, so I really like this small community today. So, Crystal, when would I close this? When would I close and say, if this was a day trade, swing trade, all those trades? The moment it broke this support. Now, which moment is that, you might ask? You can say, I'm going to survive that one, or that is your break. Or this is your break. Or this is your break. But I would have then been out by around 1900 area-ish. That would leave me of 50 pip stop loss. Okay, great. Currently, that one is 90 pips in loss. The other twist to this one is it is lower than this low. So if you're thinking of a trend, and currently what we are seeing is this. Area here where we're not really making higher highs and higher lows. So I would close it there. Now, you can wait for this to go higher, or you can have your minute stop at 138.23. Do you want to be a part of that team down there? That's totally up to you. But I also want to drill down some rules into the trading. To knowing, this is the section, knowing you're on when you're on. I don't like trend lines, but that's a good trend line for all intents and purposes. But I would rather just say, yeah, okay. Let's say at the 139, it's the level area, and it breaks here with the candle. It can go down and up again, yes. But what I've learned so far throughout my trading career is that this only leads to bad stuff. It can come back here, yes, but I have more often than not experienced it just falling off the cliff. Gold, I have said we need to break 1760. What about the fundamentals of gold? It's quite good bullish. Yes and no. I would say that we are currently not very bullish. We have turned into a range within the range kind of a thing. It was looking very good at this point, but then we kind of just went sideways. So if we put on some moving averages and see what the moving averages really tells us where we're going, they are starting to flat out. And the other thing, if you go down to 1 hour again, they are somehow floating higher, but at least this point here, it is quite flat. This is to illustrate, okay, it's just to illustrate that, you know, this should have been the buy. And if this doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. But I wouldn't take that buy because we haven't broken 1760 yet, technically. And then you're maybe asking about golden fundamentals. Although nothing has changed since yesterday. And the Turkish lira, I think, could maybe have done something to it. But not really much at all. Someone or something doesn't believe in it. I don't know who that some is, but someone or something. And Saxo Bank might have something for you. Gold received an initial boost after FOMC meeting confirmed the dovish stance to maintain an outlook for exchange rates until 2024, which then should send the gold higher, while effectively flashing a very competitive green light for the risky assets and dollar bears. The market took a fright and asking itself if the Fed was making a mistake, and then sent the yields higher instead. The market concluded the Fed will accept both the economy and inflation to run wild, which is then a risk, which then turned the dollar higher, with the latter being allowed to rise above the 2% over a prolonged period of time. While initially falling in sympathy with other asset classes, gold increasingly began attracting a bid, try to re-establish the reflation credential. So, what does that mean? That means that what they did last week was market did their own shenanigan, if I can say so myself. Like the market just made their own conclusions, and it was wrong conclusions, or over analyzing the Fed. I think more than anything else. So we have a green candle. We have gone up $3 just by sitting here. I remember seeing 1737. So is there anyone trading oil? First sell off at 62 or 61.95. I'm marked out apparently. Currently, yeah, okay. Struggling. And you're thinking down. As a buyer, you're thinking, okay, let's take that away. Double bottom-ish. And using this as the bullish price point you want to hold. And this should then be your buy. And this was probably your first attempt of selling it. The reason why I said that should be your buy, because it's still holding. 59. But yeah, other than that, great, fantastic. I think this is gonna go lower though. Where should you put stop loss if you're already in? Sorry. I don't know which one you're talking about. I was buying, but I closed. It looks like it's going to go lower. Yeah. Like, I think that you guys should be a bit more, not ruthless, but a bit more distinctive in your trading, where you're like, I'm going for it, and since I made the investment, I'm gonna hold it until stop loss or until I get a win. In terms of, like, if you buy a property, for example, if you don't just pull out the next day because nah, I didn't feel it anymore. Because as long as you are in profit, as long as you are able to look into, this is what happened, no, this is still going on, you're still green, great. I talked about selling pound yen yesterday around 150, 150.80, 150.70 area. That had been a pretty range bound day for you today. It hasn't been great, but it hasn't been bad. So my point is for gold, if you have profit on gold, keep it. If you don't have profit on gold and you have bought it, that's called as yours. But I would then, both of them should then lead to waiting to see what happens. For pound yen, we have made a small box here. I would call that a lower low. And sell price for this week is kind of up here at 151.30 area. So no, we haven't gone there yet. So what should we do then? Like, we have price not reaching the sell price yet, and we have a quite narrow range this week, so we might even break out of this range. But other than that, you know, do you have the patience to wait for that price to be broken lower or higher? If I was a seller, I would probably wait this area and then see if that goes on. And if we come up here, I'll probably sell it too. But but I'm not a seller. I'm a buyer. And I don't like this as a buyer. And I would just say, okay, I will take it probably if we make a high and then low. If we come back here again, okay, I can discuss it then. But other than that, nah, I don't buy lower lows. Also, pound news. There has been a lot of different news of pound as of lately, and especially the AstraZeneca vaccination thing saga, where I haven't heard any complications about AstraZeneca in the UK, which is pretty weird because we have 3 confirmed deaths. That is suspicious circumstances in terms of they both get blood clot, which is too much plasma, and then plasma disappears, and then you get bleedings instead. And one of those, that is the one that kills you. So both are life-threatening conditions. So yeah, that is one thing. The other thing is that UK was threatening, EU was threatening UK with not supplying with the things that needs to be used in the vaccine. That was one thing. The other thing that was threatened was that Europe would not ship AstraZeneca vaccines to other parts of the world because Europe has only gotten 30% of what they want, according to our contracts. But yeah. So what is this guy talking about? Some bullishness and some bearishness. Resistance and support. Okay. I will still find this to be bearish, but okay. Never mind. So both of them should send the pound dollar down. But also pound has been very, very weak today compared to, not very weak, but it hasn't moved higher on the pound or the dollar weakness. As you can see, pound has been weaker than the Aussie today, no, the American today. So probably that's why we haven't really done anything about that though. Yeah, I posted a link about interest rates being normalized in 2022. That is just one bank's opinion. It's also not necessarily market opinion, but there's a long way to increase in interest rates. Well, it is 2022, but there's still a long path. So other people or other traders, banks, might not believe or share the same view. So they're not trading it for that matter. And if we are starting to increase interest rates in the UK, that is at least going to stop the uptrend, I think. Or is it going to increase? So, because what I saw when Australia last time, they were cutting, price was going higher, and higher, and then it stopped once it started increasing again. So maybe at least for a pause until so short term falling and then maybe rebuying. So these news people are just talking about it basically going yeah, market just being better, but there's no reasons for it. I don't think anyone can justify their weakness in dollar today, other than it happened. New Zealand, maybe? Still the same thing. Did you buy at this price here at support? Maybe. But I still don't like it. So if we fall down now, great, take it higher, but I still have to break above this once before I start engaging again. Did anyone see Usd Cad today? It just said boom, higher. And that was the buy price. And I feel like this one is going to pop higher. And maybe because US oil is falling, that is going to go higher. And the USD dollar is kind of strong. Sorry, it's kind of weak, so maybe it will range. But yeah, this is the worst dollar pair so far, or good for risk off mode. And this was the buy price, and probably this was the buy price for tomorrow. Yeah, I was right. Today's buy price, tomorrow's buy price, and up we go. I don't think that this is a good trade, but it's the only trade you can trade with dollar bullishes. We can go to the sentiment report for retail traders just for the fun of it. Oh, they have shorted it. Oh, okay. All right. Then we probably... Yeah, okay. They have gone absolutely mayhem selling Australian dollar yen. Okay, and that's a large shift. That was equal yesterday. Pound yen is 61.38. So they have got absolutely mayhem today as well on the short side of pound yen. As everyone thinks then that is bullish. No, everyone thinks that is bearish then. Okay. And then we have what else? Bit USD Cad. Everyone is net longing that. Okay. Interesting moves. So we are on USD Cad 70% to 30%, 69% long, 30% short. So that means it will probably fall then. Changes euro yen. More sellers coming in as price fell down. Euro dollar has increased buyers, but yeah, so we should may actually see this one rising. So that would be great. That would be great. Let me just think of this one. Sellers taking profit. Euro dollar there. 53 shorts. 46 buys. Okay. And then for DXY, it should not go above 92 again tomorrow. That's a full reversal of today, but 92 today or 91.88. So just a pullback for tomorrow morning. That would be great. If we're going to continue this fall further down. It's only if then. Silver made a new lower low. Okay, bye-bye. That's not bullish whatsoever. Not bullish on silver, so I will be out there. Not even thinking about it. And that guy's just skyrocketed. So that's not bearish either. So I think that's that. What has happened today? Nasdaq has gone higher. FTSE has gone lower today. I think those news is yes. And then we have almost come down to the price that I was suggesting yesterday. It actually did come down to the price I was suggesting yesterday at the very pep, by the way, around 138, give or take 19. Okay, that was the low today on S&P 500. So yeah, Bitcoin range bound 55,000. You're a try. Look at that, mate. US 30, we can go to US 30. Yeah, look at that, mate. That is crushing the Turkish lira. This is dollar strength and Turkish lira skyrocketing 14-15% in split second on the open yesterday. Yeah, that is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. So what can you do? And you're not allowed to, at least for some brokers, they don't even give you euro, Turkish lira to trade. Do you know why? There is no liquidity providers to take the opposite trade. Everyone wants to go into, it's like 100%, whatever it is. Let's call them buyers. I haven't really thought about what it is right at the moment. It's 100% buyers and 0% sellers. So when you try to buy, there's nobody to sell it to you so you can buy it. And this is what happens when you increase interest rates and kick the chairman off the board. What else did they want to do? There's something else they want to do as well. I can't remember what that was about, but yeah, stuff. US 30. Look at that. We're on 4 hour. Okay. Buy price for the week. Woohoo. Okay. Also, that is pretty good short current price. You know, could go down from there. But if you are a buyer, with respect for yourself, that was your buy price at market open. And then if it falls down again, okay, great. Don't worry, be a break even. If you didn't buy it, then don't worry too. You might come down to a bit lower, maybe 3260 area, and then stop loss around 3240 area. Okay, 400 area. If it's supposed to go higher. I feel like this week, finally, we're getting, this may be the week we're actually getting the stimulus reaction into the market. That would be great. Dollar weakness, euro dollar up, Aussie dollar up, everything's up. Great, 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 great. All right. We just have to have the pullback into this zone here for tomorrow if you're thinking of buying it. Other than that, do not worry.